You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Devious Maids After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Devious Maids After Show.
Hey. Hello. I am Buenrostro. I am here with
Laila, Sadny.
And we are covering episode 3 of Devious Maids.
Yeah.
And we're very excited. We have a guest calling in tonight.
So excited about our guest.
Yes, Miss Rebecca Wisocky, otherwise known as
Evelyn Powell. Amazing.
Yes, we have so much questions and gossip to ask her.
Yes.
So
You gotta get the dirt from her for sure.
yes. So this episode.
Oh my God. So this episode
Starts off with Mr. Powell.
Yeah, Mr. Powell. This is a great, actually, an episode to have Evelyn call in.
Oh.
And I believe we actually do have her.
There we have her. Great.
Oh, of course. Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We're absolutely amazing. Welcome to our after show. We are so happy to have you on.
It's so very exciting. Although maybe you have a tech tip for me. I'm hearing my own voice back in my ear. How can I stop that?
I would turn down the computer that you're listening on.
Oh, I'm not listening. I'm not. Oh, wait. This is actually better now. Okay. Check. We're all here. We're good.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah.
Much better.
It sorted itself out.
That's great. So thanks for calling in. How's the filming going in Atlanta?
Oh, we're having so much fun, and we're getting near to the end, which is exciting and also sad. I love being here in Atlanta, and I love this group of people so much. So
Yeah.
it's been a great season.
That's great. Trisha was here, and she was saying how much she loved Atlanta, and she just loved.
She's so wonderful. I love her.
Yeah, she's great, and you guys are great on the show together, little besties over there.
I know, although I can't believe she did what she did.
Yeah, I know. Gosh, I was
That Tanya Tasseltoff.
you know, you like a
Dirty
guy.
Tanya Tasseltoff.
Dirty Tanya Tasseltoff. You like a guy, you walk in, you catch your friend in the room with the guy that you kind of want to.
Yeah, that's kind of, that happens in real life. It's just kind of like,
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It's probably never happened to Evelyn. I mean, I think Evelyn is very flustered by all of the feelings that she's having, which is, I think that's fun to watch a woman that you think is so in control, kind of be a little out of control.
Yeah, I actually like that. I was actually saying this season is so different because last season you see Mr. Powell's character having all the fun and being devious and being bad, and now you get to kind of have the fun, which is awesome. I love to see that.
Yeah, the roles are switched a little bit, which has been fun to play. But it's a great love relationship, love-hate relationship between these two. But it's pretty epic.
Yeah, you guys have such a, I think you guys are actually like the best couple characters on TV.
yeah, especially this season, I feel that the two you guys have grown, Mr. and Mrs. Powell. Like your love, it's not as like kind of wandering, but then we have Tony.
Tony and his shirtless body.
Yeah, I mean, who could resist Tony?
He's pretty cute, isn't he?
Yes, and we see some footage on the next episode, so.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, actually.
Yes.
Oh, wait, what did you see? You saw the teaser for the next episode?
Yes,
Yeah,
we did.
yeah.
Everyone gets hooked pretty quick on that.
Well, we kind of predicted in the first episode that Tony, they brought him in as he had a ulterior motive aside from just being like a bodyguard. He had some other
Yes,
motive.
it does seem like with every other character on the show in so many different beautiful ways, there is much more than meets the eye. And I'm not going to be tricked into giving you girls any spoilers. But,
We
but
would
that turns out to
never.
be true with him.
We wouldn't do that to you.
No, never. Did you have a good Cinco de Mayo out there?
Yeah, well, I threw a little Cuatro de Mayo barbecue yesterday.
Nice.
But lots of, there was work today. But we had a barbecue and a bunch of us got together. And then, we've been live tweeting the shows, which has been lots of fun. So that's what we did into the wee hours of Cinco de Mayo.
I love it.
So how fun, or just like how great is it of like a character to play? Like, do you just must completely just enjoy it 100%?
Oh, I
To be
mean,
that
isn't it
devious.
obvious that I'm having a blast? It's such good writing, and it's such a delicious character, and I know how lucky I am. She's very, very funny and very complex and layered, and she's not just a bitch, and she's not, that's what, Mark Cherry is so good at this.
Yeah.
All the
amazing.
characters are so much more layered than they initially appear.
Yeah.
You think you're watching a soap opera, and then it becomes a satire, and then it becomes something that really, makes you think and kind of breaks your heart, and makes you feel guilty for laughing at all the things you're laughing at. And I think it's really well done, and I'm having a time of my life. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, he brings just a sense of reality to his characters and just humanizes them, which is great. Great.
Which is amazing that a character like this, who is absurd, Evelyn Powell and Adrian Powell are absurd people. You really do believe that they exist. I hope that's what we're trying to make happen, and that that this relationship exists. So, yeah, that's a testament to the writing and to the ensemble and the directors that come on, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And it just gets even crazier this season. Just I can't wait for you guys to watch the rest of it.
We can't
so
excited. I got
excited.
so sucked into the first season, and this season,
Yeah.
like sometimes you're like, I hope it's just as good and just as like drawing me in, and it is completely. It's just it's a little different, but I like it. I like the way it's done.
It does feel different, right? How does it seem different to you?
I think it seems a little bit more.
It's more. There's so much going on. It's more like that telenovela.
Yeah, there is more storylines going on as opposed to like the main storyline in the first season. I think is a huge thing. And the first season you're kind of getting introduced to all the characters too and getting to know them, and now you kind of know them and you want to see like a different side to them maybe. So
Exactly. Yeah.
How have you?
Well, we're all having a lot of fun with that.
How have you seen the difference in the fan reaction from season 1 to season 2?
Well, it's a lot harder to keep up with it on Twitter. I'll tell you that. People seem to be really really interested in the interaction, and I love that. I think it's a new way that people are enjoying entertainment. It feels very, very personal and very interactive, and they feel on the hook and involved in the success and the progress of the show and the relationships on the show, and they are, and we're enjoying doing that as well.
that's great. And that's actually, speaking of Twitter, we actually have a question from one of your Twitter followers, I believe. Yeah, at @WarpedMelody is her Twitter name, Heather.
She's so nice.
We love Heather.
Yeah, she's great.
I'm such a fuddy duddy. Danya Ramirez pushed me onto Twitter, and I've been finding my way ever since. And Anna's trying to get me onto Instagram. But Heather, I believe is who you were talking about.
Yeah.
Never met her before, but she took a liking to the show and has been very, very, very kind to me and my character. She started a Tumblr blog for me, which I didn't even know what that was.
That's
great. So that's so nice. So what's her question? I'll answer anything.
That's
she
great.
wants
Well,
to
she
know.
says she loves you, and she said that her question to you would be, if you could play any other character on Devious Maids, who would it be?
Oh, Heather, I can't answer that question.
Heather.
Going for it. Going deep, Heather.
Going deep.
Wait, but I said that I would. Let's see. If I could play any other character, well, I'd love to be able to sing like Rosalind Sanchez, and that'll never happen. All of these, everyone has been so well cast, and we're all so different. Yeah. And I think that if people, are enjoying the show, I think it's one of the reasons that it is so enjoyable, that no one's kind of competing for the same space. Everyone's singing a different song. Everyone's kind of complementing one another, and that's a testament to Mark's writing and to the way the show's been engineered and the way it's been cast. But if I'm forced to answer that question, I don't know. It would be fun to play Tom's part.
Yeah.
It would be fun to play Anna's part, although I don't know that she's so very good at that, and she has probably the hardest role in the show, to be kind of the moral compass and to be the center. And she doesn't get to do a lot of the crazy, wacky things, but you follow her and you find her so charming, and you're invested in her navigating her way through the world, through the upstairs and the downstairs. And a lot of that will kind of unfold and come into play this year. But, oh boy, I gave such a bad answer. I'm sorry, Heather.
No, that was a good answer. Thank you.
I think Heather will be happy.
Heather will be happy.
Oh, okay.
She'll be tweeting about it.
So in this episode, your character got shot, and the first words you say were kind of like, "Oh my God, did she get?" We thought like something bad. You had gotten shot badly, but your first words were like, "You're stupid."
Yeah, it was great. I actually almost screamed a little bit when you got shot. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Yes.
Like that did not just happen. No more shootings.
Yes. Every bit, of course, this is what this moron did. Of course, I knew that this was going to happen. Yeah, yes, I love that response as well. And I love playing every scene I have ever played with Tom Irwin has been a delight and a joy. I love working with him. I love the chemistry between Adrian and Evelyn.
That's great.
And yeah, it's never not a blast. And that one was certainly a lot of fun too.
Well, what else do we have to discuss?
In your character, how excited are you just to be able to just develop these different types of, just sink into it so deeply?
We say that again?
Just to be able to play me, Mrs. Evelyn Powell. She's such a deep and intense character. It's just a fun role.
Yeah, she sounds like in the first season I saw it more than this season, but there's almost like an element of like creepiness to it, which is awesome.
Yes.
I enjoy bringing a level of creepiness to it, for sure.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, this is not, there are lots of things that are light and fun and frivolous that are about, them being so wealthy and so privileged and so blind and so ridiculous. But really, it's a love story between these two that was cemented out of this shared personal horrific disaster of the loss of their son.
Yeah.
And that will keep them together and apart and, in love and torturing one another, I think, until they're both dead. That's something that's going to make a person, I would think, a little bit torqued and twisted and deeply scarred.
Yeah.
It certainly has made the relationship that way, and I think that lends a lot to the lens through which Evelyn views the world. And if you perceive that as delightfully creepy, then great.
And then creepy in the best way possible.
Pretty much, yeah.
But all of the characters are so complex.
Yeah.
I'm loving the new Miller storyline. Are you loving them?
Yes, yeah, that's great.
I love Danya.
Them. I love those
She's
actors.
so cute.
I love, Marisol's new family, Mark Declan and Joanna Adler and Colin Waddell. I love
all
those
the newcomers.
Actors. I love
They're
that
so
storyline.
amazing.
Yeah, that's it.
And the new love triangle with Remi and Ethan and Valentina. That seems really
Team
juicy.
Remi.
We're Team Remi over here.
What?
We're Team Remi over here.
We like
Remi and Valentina. We don't want Remi.
Oh, I love Remi too. And Drew Van Acker is so dreamy, even in that beard. That honeycomb beard.
I said he shouldn't be covering that face.
So
but
is Colin Waddell. I don't know. She's going to make it. It's a difficult choice that she's in the middle of making, I think.
That is very, very true. Another question we asked last episode was, your husband, Mr. Powell, last season they were doing more so of, the undercover videos, the porn and stuff. Did he stop completely this season? Or is he just, focused on you? in his character, just his wife?
Well, you'll have to ask him, but it certainly seems like his new obsession is, obsessively protecting his wife is the only thing he has left. I mean, I think that Evelyn would have probably really loved to hear the monologue that he delivered to Valentina, but she hasn't. And isn't that interesting that the people that really are, meant to hear your confessional of how you really feel are often the people that don't benefit from hearing it. I love that scene between Adrian and Valentina. I love that he hasn't slept in days. He's completely losing his mind. He's unhinged and losing all of his power, which for a man like that is terrifying. And I love he has this one moment where you kind of see the little glimmer in his eye when he says Valentina, and he tries to act like the Adrian of last year. Did you pick up on that?
Yes.
I loved that. And then she's basically just like, Mr. Powell, you're pathetic, and I'm worried about you. Let me make you some tea.
Exactly.
Which I think that dynamic between those two is going to be really fun to watch that unfold.
Yeah, those two have a really good chemistry too. I picked up on that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think we were all a little like scared when he did be like, "Oh, Valentina," and
Yeah,
it
you're
was
like-
just like she's like, "Let me make you some tea." Yeah, you're pathetic. You're old. Like I'm not gonna strip for you or
I know,
anything. We
that
got.
seems like it'll maybe turn into more of like a daughterly type of
Yeah,
thing.
Let's hope
But
so.
hopefully that would be good. That would be good for him too. That
Yes.
would be good.
wouldn't it?
I think so.
See, that's nice. You're concerned about Adrian.
I am
See?
deeply concerned about him.
And in regards to your character, how much of yourself do you bring to the plate, or is this just so, outside the box that you bring to this character to play?
Well, I mean, I don't know how to answer that question. I mean, I'm nothing like Evelyn, but clearly I have some sort of access or fantasy about this psychology behind this type of character. And that's, I would imagine if you ask any actor that question, that's what they would say, or some version of it, that you don't need to be like someone to be able to have a fascination with empathizing about someone else's, worldview. I don't know. Does that sound like a bullshit answer to you?
No,
I mean, you're asking me
not
if
at
I'm
all.
a bitch.
No. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, come
If you're
on. Tell us
asking me
the
if I
truth.
have
Tell
a
us the
loving
truth,
dog,
okay?
No.
Oh my god!
I like Evelyn's clothes, though, don't you?
I like her house and I like her clothes.
I just want to swim in
Yeah.
the pool, just lay out, and date the pool guy. I'll date the pool guy that gets canned.
You're gonna go with the pool guy.
I'll go with the pool guy.
Okay.
It's fine.
Pool
But-
guy.
Oh, wait, someone there likes the pool guy? Yay, go pool man.
Candice likes the pool guy.
Go Colin. Equal.
Go Colin. Oh, I like them both. And they're both, it's worth noting that everyone on the show is so lovely. Just all really nice people. And the young people, as well. Colin and Drew and Dominic Adams, who's on to play Tony. It's just a really great group of people. So it's, it's nice.
It's great when you have that great chemistry and atmosphere on set and with the cast that you guys all get along and just truly enjoy filming together, and that's the best.
It's fun, like me and you.
Yeah, exactly.
In the show together. But Rebecca, we would like to thank you so much for coming on and talking to us, but we have one last question to ask you.
Okay, yeah. So there's so much going on, obviously, in this season. What would you like to see happen to your character in the future on the show, of this season?
Well, I like very much the cycles, the merry-go-rounds that Adrian and Evelyn are on. I would imagine we'll continue to see them, be pushed apart and come back together and pushed apart and come back together. I would hope you might see a little more about the background with Barrett. I had a special fantasy that Valentina would be, that Evelyn would force Valentina to design a gown for her. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But
That would be awesome.
So I don't know. I don't feel it necessary to answer that question because I've been so surprised and delighted with what the writers have come up with for me so far. I'm not going to jinx it.
Yeah,
I'm willing to, even when something is suggested or I see a script and I think, oh, geez, it ends up being my favorite scene. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel I'm pretty lucky with this character.
Yeah, I think you're pretty lucky with the character and Mark Cherry and just the whole cast. Everyone loves Devious Maids. We're totally sucked in, and thank you so much again for calling in.
Thank you so much.
And
it's been so much fun.
Since you're on social media now, tell everyone where they can find you on Twitter so we can get some more questions.
Oh, geez, yeah. It's just at Rebecca Wisocky. Just at Rebecca Wisocky. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you again, Rebecca.
Thank you again so much.
And everyone should live tweet with us because a bunch of us do it. It's tons of fun, and you should watch the show live with us.
We'll start doing it. Yeah.
Sundays on Lifetime at 10 p.m.
Yes.
Awesome. And also, there's the Devious Draft. I just joined that this
yes,
week.
Yes, yes.
So much fun.
And when you tweet with us, do hashtag Devious Maids and hashtag Devious Army, and tweet with Anna tweets, Danya tweets, everybody. A lot of people do on the show, and I do.
We'll definitely.
And yeah, and thank you so much for watching the show and being fans of the show. And this has been so much fun.
Of course.
Thank you so much. Have a great night. Happy Cinco de
too.
Mayo.
Yes, and to you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
How awesome is she?
She's amazing.
She's
And I'm just like truly like such a fan of her. Like
she's creepy, but it's not like that. It's just like that you're intrigued by whatever she says.
Exactly.
And this last episode, she gets shot, and her first words are "you idiot," and she said it. And I almost wanted. I was like shocked, but she's like, "You idiot." I was like,
yeah. Well, what I was saying before Rebecca actually called in was that it's so great that we actually got to have her on this show because her character is shown so much in this past episode. It's pretty much her episode, you know.
Very lucky.
Yeah, it's great. So I want to get into the episode a little bit more than what we have done.
Yeah, so it starts off with, Mr. Powell doing the neighborhood watch, which we talked to Rebecca about. And then...
And him getting a gun.
No, that's a bad idea.
God, do not put a gun in a crazy person's hands.
I am just so happy that it grazed her.
Oh, me too. I literally was like, remember we were watching in the screening room when Alejandro got shot, and I literally like almost screamed. It was the same thing. So you guys,
Alejandro, we still miss you. Alejandro reports
out. So sad about that still.
Very sad.
Yeah. So we find out also. I want to get into a little bit. We find out that Evelyn actually was best friends with Dahlia, which kind of puts another little twist into the storyline.
Yeah, how freaked out was she when, Marisol asked her about, I'm actually engaged to. And she kind of like freaked out a little bit.
Yeah, she did freak out because she pretty much just like looks at her still like, you're my old maid, you can clean the toilets with the best of them or something. And she's like, no, I'm actually engaged. And she brought up Dahlia's name and she like froze when she heard the name. So
I'm very interested to see.
And I like that at the luncheon, your favorite characters at luncheon. Her comments in this episode were awesome too. But what did she say? Everything's better with a luncheon when we're talking about gun violence, and protecting the neighborhood. But at the luncheon, we see Marisol actually, Rebecca's character actually kind of let out some gossip to Marisol.
After she had 3 white wine spritzers. She's like, I'm ready to talk now. The shock was over.
Yeah, she waited. She was smart. Marisol was smart. She calculated that timing perfectly.
100%. And, Mrs. Powell, her comments were like, oh, you used to scrub my toilets. Now you're with somebody
that makes more money than
they do.
Double
than they do.
We do,
so.
Which that's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I didn't realize that.
I'd be happy with just like a little bit.
A quarter of it would be nice. But yeah, so we find out with her little gossip that she lets out that it could be possible that Opal was having an affair.
I think Pool Boy is
with Nicholas.
Yeah, is Nicholas's son. That's his dad. Don't you think?
Yeah, I do.
What do you guys think? Let us know. But I'm pretty sure that Nicholas is Pool Boy's dad.
I'm pretty sure he's his dad too. And then we find out like later in the episode they're looking through the scrapbooks and he's like, I never knew who my dad was. My mom will never tell me. And then you see the picture of the 3 of them, like a little happy family. Of course, Dahlia's mom was like, get her out of the house. So this is going to be interesting. I like this little twist.
And you could see the tables turning as soon as Marisol saw that. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was Francesca who's not here tonight. I think she's the one who actually predicted that. So good job.
Very good job, actually.
So
Should we get into Rosie? I love Rosie.
Oh,
she's
God.
the cute. She's my favorite. I love
she's
you.
like the comic.
Danya, yeah,
she's such a
amazing.
like the happy little comic relief in this episode.
Wait, I like it when she was like riding low when she saw the wife kissing the doctor that said her, her husband was never gonna come out of this.
Yeah, we're never gonna walk or talk again. And she secretly takes him to a doctor that she knows because she thinks that it's bullcrap. And she sees his wife on the streets kissing the other doctor. So there's what's going on there?
Yeah, and he turns, he just sees like a minivan just right in.
Yeah, she completely ducks down and just takes off. We love her. She's hilarious. I like that she's trying to help him though.
No, it's
She's such a sweetheart. She has such a good heart, and I want her to get her, Mr. Spence.
we miss Mr. Spence in this episode though.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Yes.
He's taken a little hiding after his big scandal, probably. But so I like, actually you called it, and I will tell you this. Zoila, who's going through this hard breakup, is now.
Poor Jean aired her dirty laundry.
Yeah, but I like how you called it about them being besties and having little slumber
so
parties.
Much fun to watch.
She invites her to stay with her, and that just such a sweet thing, and just invites her to the luncheon. And
well, after Zoila calls Jean out, she's like, I haven't told my friends that my husband left me after 20 years, and that's, it's a little embarrassing. And our friend, Mrs. Tasselhoff,
oh yeah,
came in. Tanya, she came and apologized for being kind of like, a little.
She was just insisting on her taking the
A
coat.
little not so nice,
Not so
even though
nice.
Zoila let her know I'm off work. I'm invited here as a guest, and she's like, "Oh, that's nice. Make it disappear." And Zoila made it disappear. And
Yep.
she didn't get it back.
Made it disappear for a little longer than she probably wished. But
And I think Jean tried to, neutralize the situation and let her know what she was going through. Just, her husband left her after 20 years, and
yeah, I don't think she was trying to gossip about her. She was just trying to point out the fact, look, she's going through a hard time.
yeah.
Give her a break.
Wait, how funny was it when Tanya tells Jean, "Isn't this your maid? Doesn't she do what you ask?" And she's like, "Yeah, but think so."
Not Zoila. She's got a very
They're
opinionated maid.
family. They've been. It's like
Yeah.
she's been there 20 years. So
Yeah.
and
They are family, and I'm like, I can't wait to see their little slumber parties where they're going to eat carbs and
yeah,
drink
actually,
martinis.
I was gonna bring this up because for the devious draft, I just signed up this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most devious characters. You win points, and I looked under Jean Vinet's character because I was gonna do Jean Vinet. She everyone had high points. Jean Vinet. She had the lowest points because she's the sweetest one. She's not that
No,
devious.
she's not really devious.
down to earth and sweet. And
She's pretty harmless.
I would want to know her. I would want to be friends with her. There's so many people on this show. It's like, oh, who would you be friends with? I would want her.
Yeah.
In my corner.
That's a girl. I know.
Yeah, and I would want to be dating her son.
Yeah. Well,
We all would.
Get in there.
Girl.
You know what we should talk about is Carmen and Odessa getting kicked out of the house after Alejandro gets unfortunately shot.
I thought he was going to survive.
I thought
really
I
did.
had a little hope, but I didn't see it going that well. But no, so we find out that they're getting kicked out of the house in a week because the house is already sold.
Mm-hmm.
They move fast. They move fast.
They're not playing around.
Yeah, and that's just not. It's not right. For them, I think that they've been there for Alejandro for so long, especially Odessa, and Carmen was his fake wife.
Well, yeah, she was supposed to be his fake fiance.
Yeah, but they never got married, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then Carmen is trying to turn. She finds out the funeral is pretty much a who's who in the music industry, and she of course sees it as her opportunity to be a big star, and has this full-on production show going on.
It's a full-on production.
Full on, and I honestly, when I was watching that, I was like, really, I understand where you're coming from, but come on, and luckily,
The writing's amazing. I think everyone brought a little tear to the eye when she, push comes to shove. She was trying to perform and she looked at him and she couldn't.
I teared up
just-
when she
yeah.
was doing that. Honestly, it was sad.
No, it was a really tender moment when Odessa came up and hugged her and it was like that was
The tribute.
the tribute that he deserved and that was it was very sweet.
Yeah, so you see the human in the characters, which is great. The writing's amazing on the show. So.
I'm still hoping for Odessa and Carmen to be like roommates or wherever they do, just to be like buddies because they're so awesome together. You just kind of
it's funny. It's like a love-hate relationship. It's like they're friends and they care about each other, but like they'll call each other out, and that's what I love about the two of them.
And we all have friends like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one over here. But how about the robbers outside of Alejandro's memorial outside his house? Yeah, you see him like lurking out there, and Odessa goes out and thinks he's like was a fan and just paying his tributes to Alejandro. And yeah, at the end of the episode, you find him on the ground with a bottle of pills and a note that says "Forgive me" or "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I wonder who that kid is and if it's gonna lead to like all of them getting in trouble.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
But I want to know where these kids come from. You know, obviously they don't need the money because they were giving everything away. So it's kind of.
Yeah.
Whose kids are they?
I don't know. There's going to be a really great storyline there. It's like they're targeting the rich people in Beverly Hills.
It's like a Robin Hood-esque.
Yeah, kind of. Yep, exactly. So, but I think that kid that we don't know his name on the show, but I think that he was kind of the people that he's robbing with are kind of the ones that are more in control and more power because they're like, get out of there, you know, like he actually has feelings and felt bad morals.
Yeah.
So what about Valentina?
Valentina and Remi. Well,
and the pool boy and Remi.
Well, she called him, and you know, a girl, any woman, if they call their ex-boyfriend and a girl picks up, and it's their face on the
on like the Skype or something.
Yeah, the Skype. Yeah. And she wasn't, you know, she's like, oh, I'm a friend of his, and she like hung up, and that's why she went and gave Pool Boy a chance. But little does she know that it looks like he's like dying.
It looks like he's dying of some like bad disease in Africa. He's in Africa, right?
Yeah, he's in Africa.
So yeah, you know, and that's the little teaser that they show with him laying there. I almost thought he was dead when they were showing that, but
he looked really, really bad.
Yeah. We're hoping Remi's okay. Can they just not kill off any more of our favorite characters?
No more, please. We can't deal with it over
he's
here.
leaving the show. I don't know what's going on.
We're still in mourning for Alejandro, please. And so she was upset, and she gave Pool Boy a chance.
Yeah. Who is Opal's son.
And Nicholas's son, I think.
Exactly, and Nicholas's son. So it's all connected. It's a whole huge storyline.
Very, very.
I love it. But so what do you think about
what's going to come next episode?
The Pool Boy and Valentina.
Should we get into some
predictions? Yeah.
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oh, you're looking at me first. Okay. I guess I'll go first. So predictions. Okay. I think that Marisol is going to obviously confront Nicholas, and I believe that she's going to find out a little more of, there's going to be some dark, twisted side to the whole, like, Nicholas Opal
of course,
story. And I think that, I don't know necessarily if, she's going to have to make a decision whether she's going to be okay with it, but I think that she's going to kick Opal out of the house.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, or you know what? She kind of.
I don't think she can because I honestly think that that's his son and he can't kick out his baby mom.
So they're all going to be one happy family under the same roof. Maybe. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn between that actually, her kicking her out or not. Carmen and Odessa are going to
be roomies,
and we're going to see a little. I think they should have like a big like girls' night out with Zoila and Jean-Benet, yeah, and just have drinks and have fun and talk about life and how men suck. No. But yeah, that's Remi. I hope that he pulls through. I think he'll be fine. I think they'll get some good medication into him, and I think that since he was so sick and he will obviously get better, that maybe will push him to come back home, and then him and Valentina will kind of get back together. She'll realize that she really loved him. They'll realize that they loved each other, and it'll bring them closer. And Evelyn, God, you're having fun. You go from the crazy dreams to, you know, I think that she is going to, obviously we see in the teaser that she kind of hooks up with, or kisses Tony. So
who could resist that though?
I mean, he's doing pull-ups in your house with his shirt off and he's sweaty and yeah, okay.
Your husband's losing it, going loony around the house and with a gun and shoots you.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna have a little fun, I think, for a while. And you know, obviously she'll find her way back to Mr. Powell. She's not going to leave him. Like she said, they have an inseparable bond that will never go away. So I think that's pretty much it for my predictions. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
I'm right there with you with your predictions, although I think when Remi does come back, it's going to be a little love triangle. I think it's not going to be as easy for Valentina. I think she's going to...
You think she's going to start to like...
The pool boy.
Yeah.
Well, because in the last episode, she called Remi to, you know, like, look, my mom and dad, they're separating after 20 years, and he was just so not interested.
He didn't even care.
I just he was all about himself, and pool boy was right there just, you know.
Anytime you need a shoulder to cry on, baby, I'm here.
As a woman, sometimes you need that, and I think...
It's true. Men,
she's
I hope you're listening.
You know, she's going to use that shoulder to cry on, and when Remi comes back, it's going to be in the midst of all that, so it's going to be a little love triangle. I don't think it's going to be as easy.
He's going to have to try hard to get her back. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So...
and, you know, like I said in the beginning, Zoila and Jovenet, they're going to be besties, so...
Awesome. Well, those are our predictions, and that's going to be it for us, guys. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you again to
Rebecca Wisocky.
Rebecca. She was amazing. And I'm Laila Sadny. You can find me at Laila Sadny on Twitter or Facebook. And where can they find you, Candice?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at CandyBuen, Candiebuen. And make sure you go to iTunes and rate us 5. Because we want to be number 1, so 5. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
And margaritas.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.